Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Power Blade 2 for the Nintendo Entertainment System. In the last video, we played Stage 3. And now it's time for Stage 4. Let's get into it. And we got more of these guys again. Time to break some blocks, slide around. And remember to mention that these brown jetpack cyborgs have lasers that bounce around the screen. They only bounce a couple of times before they eventually disappear, those lasers. Now let's get in Area 2. And now we're going to have to deal with water physics as we're going through here. You will move around a little more slowly. So, make sure that the enemy is as close to you as possible before you throw your boomerang, because when you don't have the wetsuit, your attack distance will be reduced. Yeah, you want to make sure you take care of that little enemy generator on the bottom of that right there with a full power throw. We need to use the wetsuit. Otherwise, we're going to have a bad time. Thankfully, using this is much like using the rocket suit. Just keep holding A. You can move around in 8 directions while you are in the water here. And whenever you are in a situation where the game will consider you airborne, as long as you're holding A, you will be able to swim. Now here, I actually want to be in normal mode for a little while and then switch to the wetsuit. I want to grab that because I want to get everything that I can. Want to get the battery. Want to get the health extension. I call it a health extension. It's more of a whoa. It's more of a energy tank. Now these guys can fall through the ladder if they reach it. You want to make sure they're in a good enough place so that you can climb up the ladder and then get rid of them. And good thing I was able to get a burger because I needed that burger. Let's take care of these enemies. Remember that the water will push you back as you are on it. Make sure you have at least 1 foot on the edge there so you can jump to the edge. Now here, you want to use the same strategies if you've used against the enemies in the past as you get to this door. And here, you'll have to deal with the flowing water that will push you to the right as you deal with yet another dragon. I'm more likely to deal with fireballs in this particular battle here. Especially if I'm more than halfway across the screen. But still doable beating this dragon. And we got the Patriot suit. So the Patriot suit is much like the normal suit, the Newt suit, except you have 2 of these little satellites that's around you. P for Patriot, just so you know. And they look like the little satellites on the first boss that we fought. but they can also follow normal enemies around and damage them. They don't do anything against bosses, though, so you're going to have to keep that in mind. But they're still cool to have all the same because, well, it's pretty much what the game considers the best suit anyway. And the game has decided to give me a battery, so I will go ahead and take it. Now to get in here. Want to keep attacking so that way I can take care of the jetpack enemy. And the enemies that are around here. I used a rocket suit in order to get through that little area mostly okay. Now, and of course get that sub-tank. Now here, now here, why did you, Now here, the floor will move up and down. You'll need to keep that in mind as you're taking care of the enemies and when you're sliding down the narrow corridors. You only want to slide down the narrow corridors when the floor is moving downwards. If you try to do it while it's moving up, you will get stuck, you will get crushed, it will be instant death, you will lose a life. So don't even try it. What I do here is I just duck down and keep pressing A every so often. Thanks for leaving a battery. Please, thanks for leaving an energy power up that I can't get. I just keep holding down. I keep tapping A while holding down, so that way when there's enough room, I can do that. I really need a burger. Hopefully the game will give me one. I almost died there. Once again, pay attention to the floor, that way you don't get killed. Now, I'm just going to use the Patriot suit here, even though I don't have to. And I'm going to stay close to the wall here. There's two of these guys. They only attack when you do. Hence why I'm firing the way that I am. And that's it. That's all there is to it. Yeah, just be sure you're armed with a Newt or Patriot suit. Get as close to the boss on the right as soon as you can. That way you don't, the guy on the cyborg on the left doesn't get the drop on you. And then just focus on the guy on the right, but also get some shots in on the one on the left. They will only move when you attack. And the way I had things going, I was able to take care of the cyborg on the right immediately, and I was still able to keep my distance and work on the guy on the left. Those full power shots really help. Anyway, we have now beaten the first four stages that we are able to choose between in any given order. And now we are heading to stage 5 in the next video. So join me next time where we take on Stage 5. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!